Hello, I'm Grandmaster Herbert M. Ware, 33rd Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, AF and AM in Houston, Texas. Welcome. I'm going to talk a little bit about what is a Mason. We see a lot of emblems. We see caps and shirts and jewelry, rings. We see emblems, compass and squares, and medallions on the back of trucks and cars and so forth. They represent something. So I hope to give you this time some information that tells you what the man is all about that is wearing this or sporting the compass and square. You know, we see things, we see people, and not really know what they represent and so forth. This, I hope to clarify that. I'm giving you my opinion as to what a Mason is, how a Mason should be, and so when you see those compass and squares on the cars, on the caps or shirts or rings or whatever, you know what to look for. You know what you are supposed to be seeing in that man. So let's do this. What is a Mason? A Mason is a man who has truly learned to subdue his passions, and he has improved himself in Masonry so that he is of better use for both God and man. A Mason is a man who is guided by an unseen spirit towards balance in his spiritual, family, financial, physical, and social arenas. He has submitted to rigorous tests to become a conveyor of love and light to others by choosing to be molded by truth, love, and faith. A Mason is a man that have asked for and accepted the challenge to become uncomfortable by submitting himself all over again to being a student. To go back in time, at least mentally, and learn the truths that are ever present but rarely seen. A Mason is a man with a solid foundation for life through the acceptance of good and evil fortune with calm emotions. He knows that light and shadow, good and evil, prosperity and adversity are to be expected equally in this life. For he also knows that out of adversity, prosperity rises. A Mason is a man that have come to understand and acknowledge that all things work from the inside out, that all he is, all he have, and all he will ever become will come from his internal, his unseen center that is connected to God, the creator of all. A Mason realizes that all life forms in his area of influence are depending on him to be set apart, devoted, and working in alignment with the truths of God. He is a rock for all around him. He lives by a doctrine and a system of moral conduct that reaches into the heavens. A Mason is a man whose moral compass is in line with his creator and not his environment. He is not a product of his environment, okay? But rather he is a product of his decisions. A Mason knows how to make decisions. He makes solid quality decisions. And he knows that within him is the spirit of all truths. A Mason is a man that knows no matter what his possessions, wealth, health, knowledge, power, intellect, they are all lent to him for a period of time to use rightly. And he also knows that he cannot expect to have them without paying a price, the price of sharing them. And should he refuse to share, he knows that they can be taken away from him. A Mason is a man that poverty and death have no terrors, no fears for him, nor can they deter him or the threat of them keep him from performing his duty or induce him to betray a trust. A Mason is a man of integrity. His integrity is dearer to him than his life. A Mason is a man that have allowed the gavel and chisel to be taken to his mental and spiritual character to create good fruit, an upright heart, to create him, make him be of upright in thoughts and words and deeds during his lifetime, to make him a walking epistle. A Mason is a man who has a profound faith in God. He knows that man is not the highest being in nature's processes, but he also knows that he has the potentiality to become so if he chooses the moral and constructive pathway that leads to higher planes of spiritual development, light, and truth as laid before us by God. A Mason is a man of means. A Mason is a man of prayer. A Mason is a man among men. Now, having said all of this, a Mason is not perfect, nor is anyone else. But a Mason, once realizing an error, a mistake, will seek to correct it and make it right. Masons get things done. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to our channel. Opt for the notifications as to when new videos are coming out. Like us on Facebook. Check out our website.